We live in a time and in a society where everything is consumed so fast, more than any period in history. It's just not sustainable to buy a new dress every Friday night when you want to go out. I think it is really about investing in 2 or 3 beautiful pieces every season instead of a whole new wardrobe. It's really about the people and the humanness of it all. It's not just about empowering our woman that wears Maggie Marilyn, but really being able to empower our makers and the people that are involved in the supply chain of making our garments. I've always had this love for design and clothing and fashion, but for me, it's so much more than that. It's like, what am I doing to make the world a better place? I was lucky enough to have great support from my family and friends that were just like, just do it, just start it, Mags. Keeping our manufacturing in New Zealand and ensuring that our whole supply chain is completely transparent. It's just something that wasn't negotiable for me. I feel really excited that I've brought on a team of people that also have the same dream and vision. Most of us are really young, and I think there's this beautiful sense of optimism that we all still have about the world. Maybe it's a sense of naivety, I don't know, but we all really, truly believe we can make a difference. I loved collaging. Mum was an avid reader of magazines like Vogue and Harper's Bazaar, and as I grew and understood what they were, I was always pulling out pages and collaging them and making mood boards. Different fabrics and textiles and prints and colour and merging them together, that was something that I loved doing. This has a high neck. I want it to tie at the back. I can remember those sort of moments, really wanting to be in the fashion industry and wanting to create these beautiful things that I really felt could empower women. How an outfit could transport you into being a more confident version of yourself. When I was about 13, I went to boarding school and I absolutely hated it. And a real solace for me was walking down to the local newsstand and picking up Vogues and Harper's Bazaars and this beautiful dream world that fashion kind of created. It was an escape for me, I guess. It's definitely not an easy equation to figure out how we can compete with other brands. I guess that's why it's so important for me to educate our customer on what we're doing and have an understanding of the effect that they can make through even just questioning. I feel like we live in a world where we don't question where things come from anymore. How can you sell a t-shirt for $10? And I think that's what's fundamentally wrong with the fashion industry. It's so easy to turn a blind eye, to think that as one person you can't make a difference. It's our responsibility at Maggie Marilyn to really educate our stores and our customers on our sustainability and ethical mission, and for them to have a deeper understanding of why it is that price for that product. Fashion is still a business and you still have to make a profit to keep going, but I'm a believer that you can have it all. You can have this amazing community and family and industry and also have a really prosperous business. Great work. It's so cool. Awesome. There's something really special about leaving the city and driving up north. There's this real feeling that washes over me of calmness. Jerri, the town I come from, has less than 5,000 people. There was just this real sense of freeness and casualness to how people would dress. There is that real element to how I love the clothes to be worn. You wear this outrageous silk gown you pair with sneakers, and it's this like beautiful juxtaposition of luxury mixed with it really being wearable and livable. all of our factories are so spread out across the Auckland area. The supply chain is so long and detailed, and every single person that touches an element of the garment is treated with respect and with love. I hope that that somehow translates into the finished garment, that there's just this really strong feeling of integrity. We're just really lucky in New Zealand to have such amazing makers and artisans who create these beautiful products for us that are world-class quality. I don't think as a brand we'll ever be at the point where we're like, okay, we're finally sustainable. It's every season you're trying to better yourself, from finding biodegradable plastic packaging to send our garments in, to using organic cottons, where our factories have water refiltration plants, so they're using less water. This fabric is made from recycled plastic bottles, which enables us to pleat it because it's a synthetic. It's so exciting to me every time we come across a new supplier who shares the same vision as us. So this is one of our puffer jackets that we're making, and this wadding is made from recycled woolen carpet. It took us as an industry a long time to get into this place that we're in, and it's going to take a while to get out of that. I want our customer and the team at Maggie Marilyn and myself to just feel an immense feeling of pride when you put on a Maggie Marilyn garment, that your small contribution is actually a great contribution to the future of our planet, that we're moving forward in a really positive way.
Size 6?
Yes, 6. The team and I go through everything really meticulously, looking at all the seams, checking that all the tension is right, so that when the customer's wearing it, you're not going to have anything pop open. And we're looking at hems, that they're not coming undone with stitching, that there's no marks over anything, that it's pieces that they're going to cherish for years to come because they're going to stand the test of time. And so I guess that who the Maggie Marilyn girl is, she's a dreamer. She truly believes that anything is possible. She believes that kindness breeds kindness, and she's a feminist, but she's not afraid to be openly vulnerable. It's like a feel-good brand. It makes you feel like when you put on one of our blazers that you can go out there and change the world, that you can make a difference in your life. When you walk into a store that stocks Maggie Marilyn, you see it in the rack, this strong sense of optimism in the colour palette and the fluidity of the fabrics and the ruffles and the strong femininity. Why can't you wear a sunshine striped dress or a jacket that says you're made for greatness? The days leading up to shipping are always really exciting, seeing everything start to be boxed and all these things that we've worked on for months, from me designing it to then putting it in production. It really is our intention and our dream to keep Maggie Marilyn based in New Zealand forever, and to keep our manufacturing based here forever. There's so many knockbacks that you get from people in the industry. Not everyone's going to love what you do, but I felt like I had something to say and that I really wanted to make a difference in the world.
Hello.
I was never afraid of failure. It just wasn't something that even crossed my mind. The thought of someone not liking my clothes or not being able to produce it or the price not being right. They just knew that I had a love for what I do, creating beautiful clothing and empowering someone through what they wear, and also feeling so strongly about building a New Zealand company that was made in New Zealand. All of that just excited me so much more than the fear of it not working out. I know the destination of where I want to get to, but I don't necessarily know all the roads and turns of how I'm going to get there, and I think that's kind of half the excitement.